What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name's Tarun Shetty. These are my thoughts. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Yay, Sunday. Friday night, I was at this club called Spitfire in St. Petersburg. I've been living in Tampa, coming up at a year almost in October. I did go to LA for like 2 weeks, but it's been interesting because I've been able to see just a new look on comedy. When you start doing stand-up, usually people start in these small markets. I mean, that's relatively small. Boston, San Fran, Tampa. And then you usually go to New York or LA, depending on what you want to do, right? Like some comics want to be pure stand-ups, like Dave Attell or whoever, and then some people want to be actors, like have like television careers, so they go to LA. Both very difficult. I mean, it's just a competitive scene. So for me to, I was in Boston, New York, LA, and now I'm back in a smaller market like Tampa. It's been really interesting, and it's fun to see sometimes. I try to just see life for the actuality of what it is without actually putting my own judgment on it, my own thoughts. Just see reality for what it is, and that's really hard to do. So here's my fun analysis. And there's a great story about Bernie Mac, who, rest in peace, he had the show called The Bernie Mac Show. He was on the tour, The Kings of Comedy, sitcoms, movies. And I heard the story, I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it's true because I've heard it a few times. Bernie Mac auditioned at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. And they made him wait till like 2 o'clock in the morning, as they just do, because the Comedy Store, they don't give a fuck who you are, honestly. And he was married, and he got off stage and he told his wife, we're going to go back to Chicago, and where he was from. And he started his own room in like this hotel, and I might be getting these facts twisted up. And that room became the hottest place in Chicago. And that's really where he cut his teeth and became Bernie Mac. Not saying that's what I'm doing here in Tampa. Like, trust me, I have no name in Tampa. But I don't think you have to be married to just one idealized route. People think, I've got to be an actor, I've got to be a writer, I've got to do it this way, X, Y, Z, and everything will just fall into place. And I just think at this point in my career, I've seen so many people make it, so many people who haven't made it. You have to put in the work. Steve Martin has a great quote, and he says, just be good at what you do when things will come. I like that, but you do have to come across a little luck from what I've seen. And that can come from anywhere. I think the most important thing is that you're able to do what you want to do. For example, if I want to do stand-up comedy, I have to do stand-up comedy somewhere. You can't be in LA and just be sitting at home reading Archie books and thinking, hey, I'm going to be a comedian. Like, you have to figure out how to do the craft. Like, that's the most important thing, which is why I always circle back to writing, because you can just write. I can write whenever I want to. It's more just an isolated experience, but everything else you have to put in the work. And circling this back to Tampa, like, I'm here at these clubs. I go to open mics. I have no shame in saying that, just to get up on stage. I'm going to go to one tonight, actually, because a lot of these bookers see you there, and then they ask you to come back and do a paid spot. I mean, that's how I got my spot on Friday night. Usually, I'm one of the better people on the show. I'm not saying that out of ego. Just that I've been doing comedy 20 years, and a lot of these comics here, like, they're starting out their careers. And sometimes I think that, like, I'll see all these horrible comedians. I mean, I say horribly just objectively. And I'll be thinking, man, these people might be the next huge comedy stars. Like, they're only like these 20-something-year-old kids. Like, they could be the next Adam Sandler or whoever. And I'm seeing them at their inception. I go with that mind frame. Okay, let me just perform and do my best work and try to get up and be as good as possible. And maybe I'll catch a lucky break along the way. And if I don't, hey, you know what? I was in LA and New York for a long time and I gave it a good shot. And I'm also writing and doing a bunch of other things on my free time, trying to just move on all cylinders. But I guess I'm just saying this for anybody who's in a small market like Boston, or even if you're in like Omaha or something, like you never know. Like you just never know what could happen. I mean, I think social media has changed the game completely. Like you can get your stuff out there. Maybe someone will see you. Actually, I heard about some guy and he was putting out sketches on TikTok or something, and Jimmy Fallon show, like they're really in the technology, and they found this guy, some black comic, and now he's like a writer for Fallon. So the game has changed so much that I don't think you have to be grinding it out in LA, New York. I'm not telling you not to do that. In fact, I think the great thing about LA, New York is you learn so much. I mean, I'm able to do what I'm doing now because of New York and LA. I had jobs, I had experiences that taught me how to be a filmmaker, that taught me how to act, that taught me how to write. So those markets just really make you better, and you're surrounded by better people, better comics, people who are better than you in everything you do. There's always going to be somebody better than you. And that's the beauty about showbiz, is like, you don't have to be the best at what you do. Anybody who tells you have to put in 20 years to be a success is full of shit. I'm saying that right now. I've seen people make it, have success at 4 years, 5 years. Now, sustainability, that's an entirely different conversation. But I think having success can come at any point in your career, and being aggressive and being committed to what you do, that will probably give you the best opportunity and put you in the best position. We'll see where Tampa takes me. I don't know if I'm going to be here that long. Who knows? I'm going to see how things stick out. I've got a few other projects moving, and maybe nothing will happen. Maybe I'll just end up here doing open mics and these shows. But I'm really trying to be aggressive out here and follow my own advice. Just move forward. And on that note, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for listening. Take care. See you. Bye.